It's entertainment rankings and reviews. Mini reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time I'm going to be bringing to you a new mini reviews vid. And I'm going to be talking about two films that were recently released by the studio known as Focus Features, which of course is a subsidiary of Comcast, Universal Pictures parent company. And these are two films that came out just close to each other earlier this year. Anyway, I just finished watching them both on Peacock, so let's get on with the first mini review. First off is Last Breath, which was released on February 28th of this year. The film was directed by Alex Parkinson and is a survival thriller flick. Parkinson co-wrote the story with Mitchell LaFortune and David Brooks. The film stars Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, Finn Cole, and Cliff Curtis. Anyway, it is a feature film remake of the 2019 documentary that Parkinson co-directed with Richard DaCosta and follows a group of deep-sea divers who race to rescue a stranded teammate after an accident. Now, Chris Lemons, Duncan Alcock, David Yuasa, and there are members of a team of saturation divers who work to maintain undersea gas lines in the North Sea. While on rotation, the divers live on board a vessel in pressurized chambers, which maintain conditions required for diving and working at 300 feet, that's 9 meters, below sea level. The divers are transported to and from this chamber by a pressurized diving bell, which is lowered to depth from the ship and allows the divers to remain at pressure for the entirety of their 4-week work rotation. During a deployment, Lemons and Yuasa exit the bell to begin work on an undersea gas line manifold, while Alcock remains stationed in the bell to monitor their status and distribute the umbilical lines that supply them with communication power and oxygen. But however, apparently Lemons was one who got stranded. But anyway, that's all I'll tell you. So anyway, from what I've seen of Last Breath, I will say it's a pretty good film in ways. I mean, it did get some decent response and what have you. At 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying ratcheting up the tension to a riveting degree, the film tells a remarkable true story with the utmost efficiency and dependably terrific performance from Woody Harrelson. Now, I agree on that. I'll get to that in a bit. Metacritic has it a score 65. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave it a B+, while Post-Track reported an average of 4.5 out of 5 from filmgoers, with 61% saying they would definitely recommend it. Richard Roeper was decent on saying that the film maintains a sense of suspense throughout and delivers a powerful emotional impact in its final scenes. Now, the film kind of missed the mark, though. It made $23.2 million worldwide on its $23.8 million budget, so it kind of was a slight disappointment at the box office. But of the whole, I did find the film to be a pretty good film that built up a little bit of suspense and what have you, with it being taking place in spots underwater. For our cast, I have to give Duncan Alcock, who is played by Woody Harrelson, he does an impressive job on the character, so I gotta give him props for that. He does a good job. Simu Liu, who you may remember from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, played David Yuasa. He's pretty good. I give him credit for that. And Finn Cole played Chris Lennox. Of course, most people might remember him from the recent TNT program known as Animal Kingdom. I will say the story wasn't too bad, and the music by Paul Leonard Morgan wasn't too bad. I've got to admit the cast was pretty good too. Its suspense was pretty good and what have you as well. So overall, Last Breath's pretty good and what have you. The film's out now on physical media, and it recently came to Peacock. So check it out there. If you really want some thrills underwater, then this one might be worth a watch. For my score, I give Last Breath 3.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a 7. Now to the next mini review. The next mini review will be on the 2025 spy thriller Black Bag, which Focus released on March 14th of this year. But unfortunately, this also bombed at the box office. Directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by David Cope, the film stars a pretty good cast that includes Kate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, Marissa Bella, Tom Burke, Naomi Harris, Reggae John Page, and Pierce Brosnan. The film follows a British intelligence officer tasked with investigating a list of possible traitors, one of whom is his wife. At first, I thought this was okay, but then I changed my mind. I figured this isn't too bad and what have you. I thought it was pretty. I realized it was good. Anyway, Officer George Woodhouse of British intelligence is given 1 week by his superior, Meacham, to investigate the leak of a top secret software program codenamed Severus. One of 5 suspects is his wife, Catherine, who is also an intelligence officer. He invites the other 4 suspects, also SIS operatives, over for dinner. The 4 suspects are satellite imagery specialist Clarissa, her boyfriend and managing agent Frey, managing agent James, and his girlfriend Zoe, who is also the agency psychiatrist. At dinner, George drugs their food to lower their inhibitions. In an effort to learn more about his guest, George engages them in a psychological game. Amongst other things, it is revealed that Frey has been cheating on Clarissa, to which Clarissa responds by stabbing Frey in the hand with a steak knife. Yes, that's only the beginning of the story, but I will not give you any more because main reviews are spoiler free as well. So anyway, now they have to figure out how it where who was really behind this. Anyway, I only have a bit of a problem with the film. It's the story. It kind of feels a little mixed and what have you. But nevertheless, I still found the film to be pretty good. I think I realized if I had given the story, if the story had messed things up, that was my problem. I had just feel bad that I shouldn't deduct so many points because of the story. Because this film's only an hour and a half, like Last Breath is. So anyway, I decided to be generous. Well, I will say the film has a pretty good cast and what have you, and Soderbergh does an exceptionally good job. Definitely. Unfortunately, Soderbergh expressed frustration at this film as it bombed at the box office, failing to only make 38 million worldwide on its 50 to 60 million dollar budget. He says, "This is the kind of film I made my career on. And if a mid level budget, star driven movie can't seem to get people over the age of 25 years old to come out to theaters, if that's truly a dead zone, then that's not a good thing for movies. What's going to happen to the person behind me who wants to make this kind of film?" Well, the studio assured Soderbergh that the film would eventually turn a profit with its physical media release now, which it should be coming to physical media soon. The film just now came to Peacock. While the reviews were very good, Rotten Tomatoes has a score of 96, which actually is the highest score a film with Michael Fassbender has ever been in. Saying with sleek in design and spiked with dry wit, the film is an exemplary espionage caper that lets movie stars like Blanchett and Fassbender do what they do best: light up the screen. Yeah, now that I can agree on. Metacritic has a score of 85. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave it a B, and those surveyed by PostTrack gave it a 75%, with 51% saying they would definitely recommend it. The Hollywood Reporter praised the film's tautly wound intrigue and its exploration of personal betrayal and deception, calling it a handsomely crafted thriller that luxuriates in tension and ambiguity. David Fear for Rolling Stone lauded the film as a great spy thriller and an even better marriage drama. They emphasized the film's exploration of personal relationships within the espionage narrative, highlighting the performances of Blanchett and Fassbender. However, some critics offered more tempered views. Pierre Bradshaw of The Guardian noted that while the film is downbeat and tongue in cheek, it borders on self satire and questioned the depth of its characterizations. Another review from the same thing, from The Guardian, criticized the film's convoluted plot and baffling character motivations, suggesting that despite its stylish presentation, it lacks the authenticity of grittier spy dramas. Yeah, now that's another kind of a big issue I have with the film. But nevertheless, I found the film. I soon learned that I was making a mistake and realized that I do like the film for its settings and what have you, and its good cast and Soderbergh's direction. I feel that it's a shame that it didn't do so well for him. With a score from David Holmes, it wasn't too bad. For our cast, Michael Fassbender played George Woodhouse. I gotta give him credit for playing that. Kate Blanchett played his wife, Catherine St. Jean. Very good. Marissa Bella played Clarissa DeBose. Tom Burke played Frey Smalls. Naomi Harris played Dr. Zoe Vaughn. And Regé Jean Page played Colonel James Stokes. Those four were absolutely really good and what have you. Gustav Skarsgård plays Philip Meacham, George's boss, while Pierce Brosnan plays Arthur Stieglitz. Yes. Who happens to be the boss to them. Well, another boss and what have you. Well, I think you know what I mean when you see this film. Anyway, the cast, like I said, I like the cast. It's just that the story and some of its plot bits were kind of a little, I don't know. But it did have a good cast and a good score and a good direction from Steven Soderbergh. I gotta give Black Bag credit for what he had to offer. For my score, I give Black Bag 4 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8. So that'll do it for this mini reviews vid. So what did you think of these films? Have you seen Last Breath or Black Bag? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Get them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation and share my vids with your friends if you like. And stay tuned for my Saturday morning TV log on the Pink Panther and Sons coming up tomorrow. So if you like this, check out my reviews for these other 2 films Steven Soderbergh directed. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the remake of Ocean's 11 from 2001. The upper right-hand corner is my review of Erin Brockovich from 2000. Or if you'd like a little more old-school Pierce Brosnan, check out my review of the first James Bond outing he did in GoldenEye from 1995. In the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.